The American founders were intellectually incubated within the nursery of the Roman Republic. They were well educated in both classical and Christian scriptural education. They did study the Greeks, but their primary foci were the Roman Republic and the Bible. Their heroes were the Roman Republicans, the defenders of liberty. The founders' paladins were primarily the Roman sentinels of republican virtues who lived when the Roman Republic was being threatened by demagogues, want-to-be despots, and usurpers. The American founders often used Roman pseudonyms such as Publius, Cicero, Cincinnatus, Cato, Brutus, Candidus, Helvidius, Priscus, Centennial, Marcus, Plebeian, Senex, Tullius, and Caesar to hide their identities so as not to incite personal bias against their arguments due to contemporary political allegiances. Founders were often associated with and patterned themselves after famous Roman figures. George Washington, for example, modeled his military strategy after Fabius Maximin's approach against the Carthaginian invader of Italy, Hannibal. Like Fabius, Washington engaged in a war of attrition, wearing down an enemy force. He mastered the art of retreating to fight another day without losing his army. The American general would look to attack British supply lines and isolated outposts such as Trenton, New Jersey. Washington captured patrols and forage parties rather than engaged in pitched battles unless the odds were in his favor. After the war, the Patriots called George Washington the American Cincinnatus. Like the 5th century BC Cincinnatus, Washington stepped down from the pinnacle of power after the war to return to his farm. Both champions longed to live as virtuous and productive citizens. Nonetheless, both had answered their fellow citizens' call to civic duty. Washington followed Cincinnatus' model, but preferred to think of himself as a modern Cato the Younger.